How many times have you looked around your house and seen Mountain Saint laundry and a sink full of dishes and thought, well, I'm a failure? Maybe you even had the audacity to open Pinterest or Instagram and seen the perfectly curated feed featuring people with their color-coded, perfectly organized pantries, where even the snacks are in perfectly organized labeled bins. If you've ever thought to yourself, I'm just not good at this homemaking thing, I need you to hear my words. Grab a snack from your disorganized cupboard, find your drink wherever you left it, and let's talk about why that is not true. There is an absolutely unhinged expectation of what good homemaking is supposed to look like. Somewhere along the way, we have been conned into believing that being a good homemaker means keeping a spotless home at all times, cooking from only organic ingredients that come from whatever online grocery store is paying the influencer of the moment. Someone with a laundry system that doesn't involve restarting the washer again because you forgot to move the towels into the dryer. Or someone who can fold a fitted sheet without giving up halfway through and just rolling it into a ball to shove it in the drawer. Seriously, somewhere along the way, the definition of being a good homemaker stopped being about keeping a comfortable, functional home and instead became performative domestic art. And with a lot of things, it seems to have really kicked off with the popularity of social media. TikTok and Reels and YouTube Shorts have created this alternate universe where people don't just clean their homes. They make it a lifestyle aesthetic that you are supposed to aspire to. Listen, do I enjoy watching those super satisfying videos of people power washing a filthy rug? Of course I do. Do I fall asleep to those ASMR restocking videos where everybody's click-clack, clicky-clack, all the yoo-hoo and Danimals into their perfectly aesthetic bins? Yeah, I do. Though I do not believe that anyone is still out here drinking yoo-hoo. Who's actually drinking this stuff? There's no way. I honestly believe this is another aesthetic choice based on the design of the carton and how perfectly they fit in those bins that are totally linked in the description box of every influencer so they can make 7 cents because you have to organize your yoo-hoo that you don't want either. What you are seeing online is not real life. There are so many confession videos now where influencers are admitting that they own or rent a completely separate home that they use to film their content. They don't even live like this. They are producing a television show in a studio where their children have never run amok with a Sharpie in their hand and cheese doodle dust around their mouths. So if you are watching these videos and they're making you feel bad about your own home or your own homemaking skills, please remember that no one is showing their real life messes on the internet. It is all curated bullshit to make you buy products so that you can have the lifestyle that they're making you covet. Look, most of us are juggling a million things at once. If you are the default homemaker, then you are the CEO of your house, and you are juggling not only your things, but you are trying to keep track of everyone else's appointments. When the dog needs to take his flea medication, you're matching and pairing and folding the socks and putting them in everybody's separate drawers so that none of their tootsies get cold. You are keeping track somewhere in your brain of how many rolls of toilet paper you have left. Because let's get honest, 2020 really messed us up. In our house, we never even ran out of toilet paper, but it just is this overwhelming dread that someday it might happen to me, so I always have to keep an extra case in the house at all times. And I'm not hoarding it or anything. I keep 1 pack of what I think is 32 rolls. I don't know. It says equivalent of 137 rolls of imaginary toilet paper. Can we stop putting hypothetical toilet paper roll numbers on the packaging? Just tell me how many I am buying. I'm sorry. You know how I get, so it's not like this little thing is a surprise. I digress. Let's get back to the impossible mental load that default homemakers carry. We do a lot of freaking work, and most of that work is invisible. It's the things that people only notice when they don't get done. So we're not even getting credit for this stuff, often not even from ourselves. So when the dishes pile up, or the laundry gets out of hand, it is not because you're failing. It's because you're handling a million other things and your mind and your body just had to let something slide. And at this point, you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's all well and good, Dakota, but my house is still a mess and I don't really love that for me. And that's totally fair. What I'm asking is maybe can we shift the goalpost a little? Instead of constantly asking yourself, is my home company ready? Why don't we try asking ourselves, is my home functional? Am I able to find things when I need them? Is my home comfortable? Do we have areas where we can sit and relax and exhale at least a few minutes every day? Does my home work for the people who actually live in it? And that includes you, honey. You live there too. You are part of this equation. If you are hitting these marks most of the time, then you are doing fantastic. So let's redefine the term homemaker for ourselves, okay? Because we cannot continue to use some outdated 1950s black and white television version of what a homemaker should be to dictate how we live our lives. Because the truth is, a homemaker is anyone who creates a space that feels safe, comfortable, and functional for themselves and the people they love. That's it. That's the definition. And nowhere in that definition does it say that you have to love to clean, that you have to have an aesthetic home, or that you must be a Stepford wife. If your home works for you, then you are already a great homemaker. So if you have spent even a second carrying a mantle of guilt over your homemaking skills, I really need you to knock that shit off. You are keeping yourself and probably a whole bunch of other people alive every single day. You are handling an invisible workload that nobody even understands. And you're doing all of this while also trying to be a functional human being with hobbies and relationships and probably a full-time job. And by the freaking way, if you work from home, you still work. I get so frustrated when people assume that because I never leave the house, I have nothing but free time. I am running 6 different businesses from my laptop. I have no free time. Again, I apologize. I get really fired up about this one because nothing pisses me off more than other people putting expectations on my energy, my time, and my own abilities. Anyway, if my dishes don't get done or my laundry sits for an extra day, who cares? Who is that affecting? My home isn't a Marriott. I don't have to be able to impress anyone who walks in the door at any given time. I live here. My home is lived in, and therefore it looks lived in. So the next time you feel like a bad homemaker, just remember, you're not failing. The expectations were rigged from the start. I hope this video resonated with you, and I hope that you're ready to let go of any June Cleaver energy that's been holding you back or holding you down. Don't forget to press all the YouTube buttons down below and let me know in the comments what homemaking necessity you're ready to let go of. For me, no shock, baseboards. Let them rot. Couldn't care less. I love you so much. I will see you next time. Bye. New toy? Huh? Did you get a new toy? You show it off? Huh? Wanna show Tug? Wanna show how strong you are? Huh? Show everybody my dirty floors that I don't care about? Is that a baseboard? I don't know. Oh, Tug, Tug, Tug. Tug, Tug, Tug. Tug, Tug, Tug. Tug, Tug, Tug.